So hello everyone, in this video I'll be telling you how you can start writing JavaScript code. So let's start the lesson. So first of all, I'll be telling you that how you can add JavaScript to your web pages. Actually, I have given you the introduction about JavaScript, that JavaScript is used in the HTML pages. So let's see how you can add the JavaScript into your HTML pages. We'll be doing all of this stuff practically, but let's first understand the theory. So actually there are three ways to add JavaScript into your web page. First of all, you can do that by using this script tag which you are seeing here. This tag is an HTML tag which allows us to add the JavaScript code in our HTML page. So by using this tag, we'll be doing this stuff. So you can create one external JavaScript file with the .js extension, and then you can load it within the page through the src attribute of the script. So it's script in the script tag there is an src attribute in which we'll be linking this external JavaScript file. It is kind of similar to the external CSS file, that how we link external CSS file by using link tag. You have probably studied about that. Placing the JavaScript code directly inside an HTML tag using the special tag attributes such as onclick, onmouseover. These are some events which you can also like attach to an element, and inside that you can also write JavaScript code. So that is the other way. So let's see all of them one by one. So first of all, I told you that how you can add by using script tag. So actually script tag can be used to add the external JavaScript file also. You can add the JavaScript code inside your HTML page. So you can see here, this is a common HTML page in which some JavaScript code is written between this script tag. So in this script tag, we have created this variable greet, and inside that we have assigned something, and then we are just writing that to the web page. So then this variable will be printed out. So actually we are doing this inside this script tag. So this is one way of embedding JavaScript code. The other way is calling an external JavaScript file, which means that we can use a script tag again, and inside that we can specify this src attribute which will specify the path of our file. So for example, this JS folder, inside that there is one hello.js file which we are linking to the page, and we are just connecting with that. So this is one way. So this JavaScript file, you have to simply write the JavaScript code inside that, and then you have to save it with any name, and make sure you add the extension .js, and then it will be done. So you can see that it is showing it in the practical manner, like all your HTML code, and then at the end it is adding or connecting that hello.js which we created. So in the previous we created like this, and we are just connecting with this. So you can see that hello.js is connected with this script tag. We are connecting the hello.js JavaScript file which contains some JavaScript code by using this script src attribute. Also you can write some inline JavaScript code just like this. So in this button I have added this onClick handler, and whenever this button is clicked, this alert function will be activated and it will alert the user hello world. So we'll be learning about alerts as well. Let's just understand the term first. So how we are connecting and adding the JavaScript. Also, where should we place our script tag? Is it should be in the head, or it should be in the body section? So actually, ideally script should be loaded at the end, because whenever we do some DOM manipulation, we are manipulating the HTML tags. So for like to get the HTML elements already, because your code, let me just make you understand. So this code, if we place this script tag inside the head tag, and we are accessing any h1 element inside the body, make sure we are changing h1 element by using DOM function or something like that. So we are already loading the JavaScript before the HTML is being created. So it will give you some error that h1 is not defined or h1 not found, something like that, because till then, because I told you that one by one line is loaded, and if you load JavaScript first, then it will not be able to find that h1 element which is after the script tag. So that's why we should place the script tag at the end, because then it will grab the HTML and it will load the HTML, and then uh, when it will go to the JavaScript file, then it will get the idea that yeah, I can change it now because h1 is already there, because h1 is already loaded. So that's why we should place the JavaScript files at the end. But sometimes we place script tags at the head also, but that is for like the external or CDN kind of thing. That's for that. So we'll not be discussing that into this. So it is saying each script tag blocks the page rendering process until it has fully downloaded and executed the JavaScript code. So means until it loads the JavaScript, it will not render the other items or the items which are present in the body. So that's why if you place that into the head, then it will first load the JavaScript and then it will start executing that, and it will not able to find the elements if we are making some changes inside the body. So that's why we should not place that. So placing them in the head section or head element of the document without any valid reason will significantly impact your website performance. So it will also affect the performance, because script tag takes time to load the JavaScript files, so it also makes it page slower. And if you place the script tag at the bottom, then it will make it faster. So basically it will not block the HTML rendering, or it will first load our HTML and then it will load the JavaScript. But if we are placing that into the head, then it will load the JavaScript first and then it will do this one. So like the script will be loaded after that. So that's why no like obstruction of our code is there. That's why our web pages loads faster if you place JavaScript code at the end of the body. So this is how we should implement. So always use script at the end of the body, never use it in the head unless it is really required. So this like the last slide is there, which says what is the difference between client side scripting and server side scripting. So actually client side scripting languages are some of them are like JavaScript, VBScript, etc., are interpreted and executed by the web browser, which means your JavaScript code will be executed by your web browser, not any web server. Server is a different kind of thing. While server-side scripting languages such as PHP, ASP, Java, Python, Ruby, etc., runs on the web server, and the output sent back to the web browser in HTML format. So basically, your client-side scripting languages will be running in your browser, and no sending data back to the browser again, because it is still running, like it is initially running in your browser. So everything happens in your browser when you are using client-side scripting. But when you are using server-side scripting languages like PHP, ASP, Java, Python, Ruby, Node.js is also one of a framework of JavaScript. So these are some server-side scripting languages which actually runs on a server. Server is nothing but that serves your HTML pages, and that server will first execute your code or the scripting language's code, and then it will send the output back to the web browser in the HTML format or in the JSON format or any like in any format which you want. So this is the difference between server-side scripting languages or server-side scripting languages is used in the web server, and the web server sends that data to the browser. But the client-side scripting languages works only in the browser, so there is no like asking for the data from the web server. Also, response from a server-side script is slower as compared to a client-side script, because server-side scripts are processed on the remote computer, not on the user's local computer, which means that server-side scripts are slower than a client-side script, because it will load outside the computer. Like you can say the browser is there, but the client-side scripting languages will be running in the browser, so there is no need to go outside the computer, outside the local machine. But when we are using a web server or like server side scripts, so they will run on the server side, like which are generally not present in the local computer of the user or the client. It is present on the internet, or like in the separate computer, so that takes some time to like load the scripts and print it on the browser, so that's why it is slower. But client side scripts are already in the browser or already in the local computer of the user, so it doesn't take much time to execute the code. So this is the difference actually between client side and server side scripting. So this is the end of the script. In the next video we'll be practically looking all of this stuff in detailed manner, like how can we create some JavaScript code and connect that. So let's meet in the another video. Thank you for watching.